Hello wizards, how are you doing today? Today I'm going to share with you when you should share your spiritual knowledge with somebody. So if you're on your spiritual awakening journey, you know that you sometimes want to help people who are on their journey with your spiritual knowledge, with the things that you have learned, but you also know that oversharing your spiritual knowledge or sharing your spiritual knowledge with people who are not ready can actually not help them. So if you're experiencing this confusion, like, then when should I share my spiritual knowledge? When do I know that it's the right time, or it is the right person, or this is the right group of people with whom I can share my spiritual knowledge? If you have these questions in your mind, then I'm going to help you with this. I'm going to share with you what are the signs that will tell you that you should share your spiritual knowledge with somebody or a group of people. Okay, so the first thing that I want to share with you is your own intuition, your own inner guidance system. You know, if you follow my channel, that I talk about the inner guidance system. I have free courses on the inner guidance system in my channel, and I also teach directly about the inner guidance system. See, your inner guidance system is at the heart of your spiritual awakening journey, because it's like your inner GPS. It constantly tells you on a moment-to-moment basis where to go, what to do, what not to do, what to share, what not to share. It's literally like a GPS. So if you are experiencing confusion and asking questions to yourself, what is the right time, or to whom shall I share my spiritual knowledge with, then the first thing that I want to share with you is connect with your inner guidance system. Connect with your intuition. You see? Because your intuition is the voice of your higher self. Your higher self is constantly guiding you. The easiest way, if you do not know the nitty-gritties of the inner guidance system, which is not too complex at all, it's just very simple. Pay attention to your inner indicators. But if you don't know about it yet, the first thing that I'll tell you to notice your inner guidance is to follow your resonance. You see? So whenever a certain situation presents itself, where your logical linear mind is telling you, this person is going through this challenge, or this person is, going through the situation, and I know that I can help them with the situation, but I don't know if this is the right time to share my spiritual knowledge, because I know that it can backfire, or it can become totally redundant if the person is not ready, or that situation does not require me to share my spiritual knowledge. So if you're asking all these questions, the best way to understand whether that situation is appropriate for you to share your spiritual knowledge with somebody is to pay attention to your resonance. Are you really feeling a strong resonance, energetic resonance, not just the logical reasoning, an energetic resonance to share your spiritual knowledge or give some input to somebody? That is the most important thing. There's a lot of things that is behind this, but the essence is this: if you just follow your resonance, you will know what is the right time and place for you to share your spiritual knowledge with somebody. You see, many times what happens is this: somebody is going through a particular challenge, you look at them, your logical linear mind comes to the conclusion, oh, I should tell this, I should tell that, I know all about this, oh, this will help them so much. In my last video, in my actually a recent video, I shared why you should not overshare your spiritual awakening knowledge to people who are not ready yet, because that can sometimes be to their detriment, because they are not only ready, but they are developing right now. So if you overshare, you stop them in their development stage, right? If you have not watched that video is highly recommended. I'll probably link it in the card section. Go and watch it. You see, there I shared all about it. Now, there are situations where you will notice that you are feeling a strong resonance, an energetic resonance to share something with somebody. And this is the right situation where you know that your higher self is telling you, please share this with this person or this group of people because there is relevance. Relevance is how things operate, how things happen in fourth density consciousness. You see, relevance is a deep topic. Probably I'll talk about it later, but no knowledge will come to somebody and will be received and integrated until it is relevant in their journey. You see, until it is the right stepping stone in their journey. You sharing information will be of no use, zero use to somebody who is not ready yet. You see, it will become irrelevant for them. You will share your most enlightened, essential, core wisdom to somebody who is beginning their journey. It will make no sense. It's irrelevant. But that exact same information shared to somebody who is ready will help them accelerate in their journey. So relevance is the key. And our linear logical mind sometimes do not get it. We don't get it. Like, what is the relevance? Because relevance we probably can understand from our perspective, but how do we understand from the other person where they're at? Whether their higher self is asking for them to receive it at the moment, right? So the easiest way to clear all confusion regarding that is to pay attention to your resonance. If you are resonating with the idea, with sharing information with somebody, strongly resonating with that idea, almost you feel like you can't stop it, you have to, that is the right time. Then there is relevance. And when you share it, you will see that it will help them. They will also be energetically vibrating with what you will be sharing with them. You see? So number one, pay attention to your inner guidance system. Pay attention to your intuition. Pay attention to your resonance. Only share when you are truly resonating with the idea of sharing something. Because there's a lot of levels to it, which I cannot cover in this short video, right? Now, second thing that I want to share with you regarding sharing spiritual knowledge is also equally important. That is the receptivity of the recipient. You see, this is the second most important thing. That is, if the person who is going through the situation is not asking you for your wisdom directly, most often that is not the time for you to share anything with them. This is not always the case. Sometimes you will feel strong resonance to share whether they're asking you or not. Okay, but in my journey, most often, almost 80% of the case where I have noticed, is if the person of the group of people, they are not directly asking you, you know what, I am going through this and I want to know what you can give to me that can help me with this, or I need your input and I want to have what you can give to me. If that is not given to you and you are going out of your way to share something with them when they have not even asked for it, then whatever you share with them will just become redundant. It's very much like, you are trying to give gifts to somebody who has their arms closed or their doors closed. No matter how many gifts that you want to give to them, their doors are closed. Nothing will get through because they are not asking for it. You see? Physically, they are not even asking for it. And again, I'm telling you, this is not always the case. Sometimes they are energetically asking for it, asking for your wisdom, but maybe they're not physically telling you through words. That is a different case. And you will know when that case is. But most often, when we are transitioning from third density to fourth density, this will be the case that if a person is not directly asking you, this is what I'm going through, I want your input on this. Don't give them. Why? Because their doors are closed. When somebody's door is closed, they are not in the receptive stage. They're literally, their energetic doors are closed. No matter what you give them will not get through because they don't want it. You have to understand this. They don't want it. If somebody does not want something, it is not relevant what you're giving to them. Do you understand that, right? This is something that I've been learning for a long time, and I guess I'm now getting through. I don't find myself sharing something if the person has not asked for it. And what you will notice most often, then whenever you cross your limits, when you give them something that they have not asked for it, it will be completely useless. You'll find them being absolutely in the same place where they were and probably even hating you. That is what oversharing is. You see, you giving something that they don't want, right? So wait for the receptive state. So when do you share something with them? When they have asked you. If they have asked you something like, you know what, I'm going through this challenge, please tell me. That means now they are in the receptive state. Now their arms are open for an embrace. Now their doors are open for something to come in. Have you heard about this wisdom that a glass which is full cannot take more water inside it? It's simple, right? If glass is full, how can it have more water? So if somebody empties their glass a little bit and have some opening, now you can pour water inside them. So if they're not asking for more water, don't give them, because they're already full. They don't need it. Don't feed the person who is not even hungry. See? You see? Right? So when is the right time to share something? When they have asked you, physically asked you, verbally asked you. 80% of the time this will be the case, more or less. Okay? And when you share, when they have verbally asked you, and when you share with them, you will see everything will connect, they will receive it, they will resonate, they will blossom. Okay? So this is the second step. The third thing that I want to share with you is about sharing spiritual knowledge, is to ensure that when you are sharing your spiritual knowledge, or when you are deciding that you're about to share your spiritual knowledge, notice that whether you are sharing it because you have a personal desire for a personal outcome behind sharing it. What do I mean by this? What I mean by this is this. When you're sharing something with somebody, sometimes you'll notice that you are sharing because you want them to change, because you feel that the wisdom that you're going to share with them, or the thing that you're going to share with them, can transform them and it will happen, and you're pretty sure that this is going to happen, which is a very good reason. I understand that. We always want to share something because we want positive transformation. But if you are sharing it to create a certain outcome, then what will happen is you are not going to be able to share the wisdom in its truest essence. You see, what happens is when you share something with an intention that, you know, I'm sharing this because I want to change them, I want to transform them, I want them to become where I am, or, you know, all of that stuff that I have experienced, then you are not honoring their own personal journey where they are at, because they are not you. They are a different tree, they are a different flower. They will always blossom into their own beingness, which is not you. They are a unique soul, right? So when you attach a personal outcome to it, then you are always going to be disappointed. Maybe you will find that when you have shared something with them, the speed is not up to speed with what you expected. They are not evolving as quickly, or they evolved too quickly, or they're going into a different direction. They took your lesson, but now they're going to, you will be disappointed. You will become clueless. Like, wow, this is not happening like what I expected, right? Your job is not to know where they are going to go, what their outcome will be. Your job is just this. If they have asked for something and you have resonated, then you share, and that is the outcome. The joy of sharing, the bliss of sharing, the resonance of sharing, that is your outcome. That's it. What happens afterwards is their job. Okay? You share because of your own joy of sharing. Because when you do that, you are unattached. And that way you are really expressing your unconditional love. That way you are really allowing them to be whatever they want to become from the knowledge that you have shared, right? And that is how the universe works, right? Everybody blossoms into their own being. So do not have personal outcome attached with your sharing. Do it only because of your resonance. Do it only because of your love. Do it only because of the joy of sharing. That way you are always going to be happy. That way you're always going to share every single wisdom in its truest essence without, you know, corrupting it in any way. Because that will not help you in your journey, nor the other person. You see? Now, one last thing that I would like to share with you is, now that you know when is the right time and when is the right situation to share your spiritual knowledge with somebody, the most important thing about sharing your spiritual knowledge is to understand this really important concept, that sharing spiritual knowledge is not a two-way communication. It's a four-way communication. Now, it's a very deep topic. Maybe I'll get into it some other day. What I mean by four-way communication is this. When you're sharing your spiritual knowledge with somebody, you are not this person sharing with this person, not a two-way communication, not just a two-way communication. What is happening in a harmonious communication of spiritual knowledge, what is happening is a four-way communication. That means you have a higher self, the recipient has a higher self, your higher self guides you through resonance that it is the right time, the recipient comes to you through resonance by their guidance of their higher self, and you meet, you know, somewhere digitally, physically, wherever, and through resonance your timelines come together and your higher self guides you to share something. Their higher self creates the receptivity and the communication happens. It's a four-way communication. If you have clarity about this, you will have such easier understanding of how spiritual communication works. It's not just about you sharing something with the other person. It's your higher self taking you to another person who is ready to receive because their higher self guided you. So it connects everything. You see, it brings you clarity why it's so important to pay attention to your inner guidance system. Because if you do that, you'll know exactly what to share, when to share, whom to share it with, and when not to overshare, right? So if you have resonated with what I've shared with you, then you probably also have understood the importance of the inner guidance system. And I am a teacher of wizard consciousness, the fourth density stage of consciousness that we are ascending to. I teach about this inner guidance system. You see, you have an inner GPS and you have four inner indicators. When you pay attention to the inner indicators, you connect with your higher self. Your higher self is communicating to you 24/7 through your inner guidance system. And I have a program on how to connect with the four inner indicators of your inner guidance system. So when you start learning how your inner guidance system works, it will become so much easier for you to go through your spiritual awakening journey, make the decisions, make the right choices, and accelerate in your spiritual awakening journey, because you will stay connected to your inner GPS. Just like your car have a GPS, you have a GPS too. You see? So I have a program which is called Connect with Your Inner Guidance System in 4 weeks. It's a 4-week program where I'm going to share with you how to connect with your inner GPS. You see, we are going to learn about each indicator every single week, and by the time we are done with the 4 week, you will have a strong connect with your inner guidance system, right? Now, what happens when you have a strong connect with your inner guidance system is we get a clear idea how to come in alignment with your life purpose timeline. You see, you have a life purpose timeline, which is your path of least resistance and most harmonious evolution. When you start paying attention to the indicators of your inner GPS, you will be able to take the vehicle, which is you, and come in alignment with your private highway, your life purpose timeline, which is your path of least resistance, where all the things that is part of your soul's blueprint will flow into your experience. Your desires, your heart's desires that you have been longing for so long, will flow into your experience when you enjoy this now moment. That is the magical reality that we get to experience in fourth density consciousness, or what I call the wizard consciousness. So if you want to know how to connect with your inner guidance system and join the program, because that's what I'm going to teach you in the course of 4 weeks, then send me a mail. My mail ID will be in the description of this video, that you want to join the program. Currently, I'm redeveloping the program. So I am probably going to give you a discount if you take action quickly, right? Because I'm always redeveloping the program, and when I'm redeveloping a program, I get discounts, right? So that is what is going on right now. And just send me a mail. Let me know that you want to join the program, and I'm going to share with you how to join. And I also am taking students for one-on-one spiritual integration sessions, which are usually 45 to 60 minutes long, where I directly talk with students, and you can get to ask me questions directly, and I'll answer your questions and guide you. It's a spiritual coaching session. If you want to have a private coaching session with me, also send me a mail. Let me know. I'll tell you how to have a session, right? So if you have enjoyed this video, then do watch the other video I uploaded recently, where I shared when not to overshare your spiritual knowledge, right? So you'll probably find that video up here. Watch this video, and I'll see you again soon. Have fun.